And they would have little stuff next to the counter made by locals, you know.
Right.
And one of them, it was a little wooden box, and it said chicken dinner, you know. It was a 3-course chicken dinner is what it said.
In the little wooden box.
Yeah, and it opened it up with 3 kernels of corn.
Colonel Sanders. That's very cute.
You can specify the level of dirty.
And the dirty is what? Is it the olives or the?
I think it's the brine.
The brine.
Olive brine.
I see.
A bartender in LA says, olive brine juice from the jar is not the best way to flavor your dirty martini. If you want the best, you should use dirty Sue.
Dirty Sue.
Dirty Sue is
I don't think I want to know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
I think we'll leave that. We'll leave that alone.
Did it say what a vodka gimlet is? This one guy on the road used to drink vodka gimlets. That's all he ever ordered. And I don't think I ever even tasted one. I just, I already remember this. He had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah. And his voice sounded like
Did it?
it was like deep resonance, rumble.
Wow.
It's a sweet.
Piano player.
Oh, he's a piano player?
Yeah, he's a piano player from Baltimore.
I see.
He'd have on stage, like the glass just sitting there.
On the piano, right?
Yeah.
So it's vodka, 2 ounces vodka, ice, 2 tablespoons roses, lime juice, and a lime wedge for garnish.
That's
And what is it?
Sounds
Yeah, that's fairly small.
It's clean.
The dirty one, 6
Yeah.
ounces of something or other in it.
Vodka.
Vodka, can you imagine?
No, he was the first alcoholic I really knew, as a compatriot. He'd explain to me what it was to be an alcoholic. He'd say, okay, like we're sitting here at the bar now, right? So the guy's he's gonna make last call, right? He's gonna ring the bell and it's gonna be last call. He says, you notice what I've got lined up in front of me here? He said, I've got 4 vodka giblets, right? Now I've planned ahead. Now when he goes last call, everybody's gonna ask for, what their last drink's gonna be. There's gonna be a rush on the bar. He said, but I took care of it all. I'm ready.
So he's got the whole logistic thing.
Yeah. He plans ahead, how he's gonna have enough to get him through the rest of the night. And he could play. Pretty good player.
No doubt.
He talked about being on the road, like with the rhythm and blues reviews with Gladys Knight and Kool and the Gang and no, he was white. Yeah, and that's where the funny part of it was, because they'd be traveling by bus. All those old R&B reviews, everybody just live on the bus. You have your food on the bus, you sleep on the bus, and so it'd get to the point where like they would pull into one of those rest stations, on the turnpikes in the East Coast, right? And he'd jump out of the bus and he'd look for white people to go talk to. To speak his own language.
There's a whole dialogue that goes on with black folks.
Oh yeah, it's music, it's all music.
There's history in those words.
Yeah, and he'd have to go over there and he'd act white, and talk to these people, that's just like he'd pass, The vodka gimlets were his. How you doing?
I'm straightening it out. Now your stands are looking great.
Yeah, aren't they? Thank you.
So good.
Now it makes the drum ride a little bit higher.
I
So-
love how you etched in the dolphins, the two
Oh, yeah.
dolphins on the side.
Yeah, the wood burning thing was
Yeah,
fun.
so
I like
good,
that.
Jeremy.
You know, instead of like, I was thinking about, okay, get a wood burning stamp, you know, to put my signature name on it. What, like $1,000, you know.
Oh.
You know, it's like, well, why don't I just do it every one unique, you know? And it'll be like a Zen process. You keep doing it till it becomes perfect, and then make the logo.
I haven't done it, Kathy. Use my name. So when new people ask me, I haven't been using it. I did the first week and then I really
What is it again?
am not stuck with it. Nikila.
Nikila. Nikila. Nikila.
That would be helpful.
It's a good name, sounds good. Now she gave that to you herself personally. That's cool.
Just today I was thinking about it, and I thought, I've really got to do something bold. I was thinking of emailing all my clients and friends and just saying, this is it. You've
Okay.
got to own it.
Okay, so what might be a little more gradual transition is to get a business card. Start with a business card.
That's
Yeah.
horrible. But okay, a business
No,
card.
a business card. You'll get into the ability to have alter egos. So you'll yeah. What's that? Yeah, exactly. It's an alternative ID. It's an alternative identity. You know, so it's like, and you're gonna be talking to people, and they go, oh yeah. How do I reach you? It's like, okay, then you have a choice. You say you're gonna give them this person,
Right.
or you're gonna give them this person, and that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun because it's like you are different people, and it's not, you know, it's fun. Some people go to extremes. I don't see that happen. Formerly known as, right? Sesame. You know what I'm saying? So in order to own it, it's just a fun thing to do. And then as you see the card, you will fashion who that person is. Every time you look at it, you'll be defining who that person is. It's just a way to like create the character. Yeah. And then you'll get your driver's license, right? And then you'll go meet some very strange people who will give you a passport with that name on it, right?
But for the driver's license, it would have to be legal name.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Unless you're New Jersey, then you know.
That's not it. You just make your own license.
That's right.
Take
Yeah.
a test.
Well, on Facebook, there's these people that were like griping about they had to have present IDs to vote. In different states, there's different requirements, and they were all like complaining, you know, like some inconsistent rulings and all this stuff. And I said, well, you know, in LA, you've got to have an 8x10 glossy and a resume before you can vote.
You need a headshot.
And I got the award for the day.
You need an agent.
Yeah.
Right, you audition first and then maybe you get to vote.
A voting me. Very good. Well, we're celebrating here this publishing of this third book on drumming. And it's going to be called History of the Groove. And this little video that I'm going to borrow from our YouTube that we broadcast every week. I'm going to take this little video and put it up with the campaign. So people, they say the subscription increases 2,000% when there's a good video. So this will be for the folks who are curious and they're not quite sure what the book History of the Groove would possibly be about. It's about this. It's about the sharing the grooves that are healing and empowering and inspirational for our people. And this is important work because we didn't have these grooves access, but now we do. The world's changing in a good way. It's important so people to find their rhythm. It integrates the psychology and the health and their general well-being, and it's a great community team builder. So the History of the Groove is going to be available for people who want a copy, an actual hard copy of the book. I'll sign it, dedicate it to them personally, and send it out to you. So the campaign is going to last for 2 months, and you'll see the price breakdown for whatever you want to contribute. Anything, of course, would be appreciated. And we have people here who are like, staunch believers in this drumming as a therapy and healing and a meditation. And we do this every week. So we'd like to invite everybody, You guys think it's a good idea, right?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's an ongoing evolution. This is not the end. This is just one more book in the process. So they'll all be collector's items. So sign up.
Be a collector.
Yeah. Well, most people have the book, but they haven't read it. We were down at Alma, right? Yeah. And so I went to go to the bathroom, right? And I came out, and the local fellow who's a police officer, he was there, and he said, hey, because he'd come in to drum in his uniform. Turn off his radio because he'd break for a minute. Just turn it down, he can still hear it. But he would drum right there. He'd sit there and drum and release the anxiety and the stress of the day. And he was very grateful. And he's done it like 3 times.
And he was at Alma's? Wow, impressive police.
Yeah, I would think so. So he was really excited to see me. And I didn't recognize him at first because he didn't have his uniform on. But I said, oh yeah, right, yeah. So he said, I was telling my friend about you, and he's into drumming, and I just really wanted him to meet you, And so we leave the whole corridor, and we go into where the food is, and he's looking for his friend. And there's his friend standing over to the side, waiting in line for the food. And it's Hector, And Hector's been in here for years, off and on, right? On the street, drummed with us on the sidewalk for years. And he looked at, so, they say, this is guy, we all start laughing, He said, you already know him. I said, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah.
We all saw each other at Alma's.
What an experience. I think it took me 2 weeks.
So when did you get hugged? What time, how long was it late?
2.
About 2 o'clock?
I left about 2.
We were wiped out the next day.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it lasted for a while.
It's a lot of energy.
But I mentioned it. And so people are curious about, yeah.
So you had mentioned it? You mentioned it to people?
Yeah. I sent them the link to one of her websites. I sense there's a tilting. There's a shift and a tilting in that mindset, and it's like they kind of sense that they need to like shift and change a little bit.
Well, she's gonna be in DC in July.
Yeah, makes all the sense in the world.
Is that the night the dancing on the
Yeah, I'll tell her. 'Cause she wanted to know.
Wow.
She could use some love.
She can stand a hug. Yeah. She lives out in the country. She's got a lot of solitude, so she'd be very interested. Maybe she's got peacocks and deer and all sorts of animals, and lots of dogs.
And there's nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
dogs, deers, and frogs. One hug from Mama and she won't need to talk to anybody.
Next year, you can come in the daytime, so you won't be tired. And it's quieter.
Yeah, it was quite a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people were prepared to be there all night. We didn't know that was going to be the game.
They went to the restaurant,
Yeah, they planned ahead. Yeah, I used to go to those marathon kind of things, you know, and it's you got to be prepared.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't out in the woods. You know, when they're out in the woods, you know, I was like,
I wanna go home now.
yeah.
That's a right to you. About.
Say it again.
Right to you about.
You wanted to write to me?
That's a right to you.
Oh.
I say thank you for having me.
I think you did.
Tabernacle Square. Okay. Kathy's got another niece birthday we gotta sing. This one is for
Caitlin.
Caitlin. When I grew up, howdy doody.
No, okay.
Now, what is this around your neck?
Well, you two things. How do you know which one you mean?
You know he means this one.
Speak to my mouthpiece.
Which one did you mean?
Well, all of it. The whole, effect.
Ensemble.
So,
Well, this is a two-sided ruksha. It's a seed. It's
yeah.
an Indian seed.
two-sided what?
It's a ruksha seed.
Ruksha?
It's considered a holy seed. And it's usually 5 sides, but this is 2 sides.
5 sides?
Yeah, they usually are more like this, round, 5 sides. This is a 2 sides. So it's believed that because 2 sides, like 2 sides, partnerships, yin and yang, bring harmony to relationships. Hence, we're both wearing one.
Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
At almonds.
Where?
At almonds.
Like there, that
Yeah,
night?
Those are unusual.
They are. 2-sided is unusual. I had not seen it before. I really gravitated toward it.
You ever heard of Gree-Gree? Gree-Gree is New Orleans equivalent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's sometimes it's a bag.
A
That you wear around your neck.
Oh.
And it's got some different kind of seeds in it.
Oh, like a
Like
pouch.
this, yeah. But it's a Gree-Gree bag.
Gree-Gree.
G-R-I-S.
Oh.
So there would be things in it like what this reminds me of. The quality of it is sort of commensurate to Saint John the Conqueror root.
St. John the Conqueror.
Root.
Root?
It's a root. Saint John the Conqueror is the name of the root.
The name of the root?
Saint John the Conqueror.
Like the root that grows in the earth? Oh.
Saint John the Conqueror and the root is prized. It's
Okay.
considered big mojo. So when you get it, it's
Right.
and if it's in your Gree-Gree, then that's really powerful stuff.
See?
And it's also the foundation for a lot of ceremony and ritual.
Cool.
So that's what it made me think of.
Yeah. It's a little with a lot of punch, a lot of power.
Yeah, it's very unassuming at first. And St. John the Conqueror is like that. Muddy Waters sings about it, one of his,
Oh, yeah?
it's in the lyrics of a lot of old blues songs. St. John the Conqueror.
A lot of
The blues. The old blues. The stuff that talks about the metaphysics of the blues. Like Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters and stuff. John Lee Hooker. I'm trying to remember. It'll come to me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I decided I better not sing that one.
No, say that.
Okay.
Okay.
In the 7th hour of the 7th day of the 7th month, the 7 doctors say, I was born for good luck, and that you'll see. I got $700, so don't you mess with me, because I am
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
the hoochie coochie man.
Yeah.
got a black cat bone, got a mojo too, got St. John the Conqueror, gonna mess with you. Take all you pretty women's, lead me by the hand. The world is gonna know about the hoochie coochie man. I am the hoochie coochie man. Everybody knows.
Wow, it is cool.
Cooler than you thought, than you knew.
What?
You're cooler than you knew.
Yeah.
Really? Now you're gonna be like wearing it every day, like whoa.
No, it's serious mojo.
All right then.
Couldn't believe I could remember the lyrics.
Oh, man.
If I get into the right mindset, they're just gonna pop up, you know.
You really did. Is that the first time you heard that song?
The gypsy woman told my mama the night I was born, you got a boy child coming, gonna be a son of a gun, gonna make all the women jump and shout, and the world is gonna know what it's all about, cause he's the hoochie coochie man. Everybody knows that. The hoochie coochie man. Okay, big ending. Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
It was fun.
John Carradine Sr., we were sitting having drinks up in, Oxnard one night in the marina. A friend of mine was singing, he'd fallen in love with her. And so I had to humor him. He's telling me stories, he's in love. John Carradine had an incredible voice, the deep, old character, Craggy David. He said he knew a lot of opera. He wanted to sing opera when he was young. And so he told me a story about Pinza. When Mario Pinza was at the height of his career, he was going to sing opera in Palermo. And it was a big deal because Palermo was like, the bastion of Italian opera. So he gets there and he's nervous, and he's very nervous. And so, and like in his very critical lines, he gets down front. There's a note that he goes, you got to go double high C. And he goes for it, and he's so nervous.
Was he a tenor?
Yeah, he pushed what they call a pushed up tenor.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so it's beyond his range, So he hit it, but he cracked. And everybody stood up and started applauding. Bravo, bravo, bravo. And they wouldn't stop cheering. Till the conductor had to stop the orchestra. Say, encore, encore, encore. Okay, so he go back. Okay, did it again. And he knew he was going to crack on it. He goes up and he hits it and he cracks on it again. And again, the whole place is just like on their feet cheering. Yay, bravo, bravo, bravo. Yeah, do it again. So the third time, before he started the third time, he said, wait a minute. He said, I broke on the note twice. He goes to the footlights, Why do you want me to do this again? And the guy up in the bleachers, up in the second and about, he goes, you're going to do it till you get it right.
Excellent.
So he did it, he got it right.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
supportive audience.
Yeah. So that was my principal reasoning behind the big ending.
Mm-hmm.
You just repeat it till everybody gets it right. And like, for instance, that lick.
Oh,
Same-
that was great.
Yeah, same process. For me, it's a meditation because I'll be playing a groove and then suddenly, oh yeah, that lick would work really well right here. So I do the lick, right? First time goes, everyone, Because you're in a deep trance because there's no change. The trance is just the same thing. So then suddenly you hear this disruptive, cool thing. It's like, what is that? So then, of course, it goes to 8 bars, 8 measures, and then I do it again. So it's musically consistent. Now, what I've come to see is that a lot of people don't think in terms of musical consistency because they just never were disciplined to do that. So 8 bars is like this standard musical compositional agreement that most songs are going to have like an 8-measure phrase. The blues, pop music, popular music. And it's Afro-Cuban, it's also everything. So it's like when you settle into an 8-bar phrase, consistent phrase, it could be different, it could be like 12 bar. But say 8-bar phrase, and then you do a lick at the end of that 8-bar phrase. Your mind then has to remember to stay focused on the long term, 8 bars. Because in immediate trance, the mind doesn't have to focus. The intellect can really just take a huge vacation, and the body just holds a groove because you're only on a 2-beat phrase. The phrase just, So when it starts to stretch out, and your consciousness then has to say, what am I doing? What are you doing to me? It's like, well, what's actually happening is the part that journeys, that goes out when the groove carries the consciousness, has to refer back to the body every 8 bars and say, you make sure you do that part. Because when that happens, there's another level of reality that you have access to. It's a pyramid thing. And so it's all like structure. It's all like architectural foundational structure. And so when you start to hear a longer phrase, then your perspective widens. Your perspective is like 2-bar phrase, and you're here. It's like blinders. And so then 4-bar, then 8 bars, like, oh wow, now I'm seeing the full perspective of like the whole terrain. Not the whole terrain, but a huge section of it. And then you realize, well, there's 8 bars there. I can mess with that. I can do stuff in that 8-bar phrase. But it also is it's a biofeedback. It's a reminder, like you're in your body. You're gonna, So it's a gentle mental discipline. Where you're saying you're getting the brain to pay attention, and the part of the brain's going, whoopee, I'm on vacation. It's just going to groove on a short phrase. But then when you introduce that other level, that's a level of like Zen consciousness. It's like, you need the big picture, not just a short phrase. So I'll throw that in there as sort of like Diogenes. I'm going to throw it in there and say, who picks up on it? And it's like, it's educational because I see, okay, certain minds, certain places, certain people, they're not going to hear an 8-bar phrase. And if you're in a different culture, it's kind of odd. 8-bar phrase is kind of like unusual in some cultures, like in the Far East. But actually, it's pretty consistent. It's pretty consistent. So it's like African, American Indian. No, they don't do 8-bar phrases. They got their own thing. I said, how'd you guys know when to change? They go, we've been doing this for 6,000 years. And I'm sitting in, man. They go, man. Yeah. It was up in Cherokee in North Carolina. It was powwow, big powwow. Tribal drummers from everywhere, South America, New Mexico. This is great stuff. Anyway, that's my reasoning behind creating, a phrase like, and then you go back into the deep meditation, and then it's like, oh, I got to remember to do that. And it's kind of like an imposition, because you got to say, you want me to be a musician? You want me to count? It's like, yeah. If you're interested, you don't have to, but if you're interested, the sensibility, the feelingness, not the intellect counting 8 measures, but the body saying, this is 8 bars, and it goes, and it's all feel. That's the ideal place that I want to see people get to, where they're doing whatever it is. They pick it up right away. It's like, oh yeah, it's 8-bar phrase. And they're back in, and it's like, and it comes around again, and everybody hits it. Yeah, everybody got it, yeah. It's a joke then. It's like inside joke.
Hey, you're so cool.
Like, let's see. Let's do one. Let's do this. It's pretty brisk. Let's do this, right? So, when you're creating a sacred rhythm, it comes up through us, right? We're not saying, okay, I'm going to compose a sacred rhythm. It's the earth and the sky, the water, and the animals and everything creating the group. And then it's up to the human to like put it in quotations, define it. Be the husbandry. So that 8-bar phrase is a way of like cornering the universal energies, and then sort of focusing it, pointing it where you want it to go, especially the 3. See, we're going to do this. This is a little brisk, but we'll get it. It's a little awkward. Let's find something better. Yeah, you got it. You had it. 3 notes. It's like a little weirder, but it's cool. Yeah, that's too weird. 4 notes. Okay, now that's every 4 bars. Now it's going to 8. 1, 4, But then after a while, you give up being linear and just feel it. Not yet. Now. So it becomes intuitive. It becomes part of the body responses. And then James Brown would cue everybody like that. He goes, it would be
That's
good.
so cool.
Hey! And that's the key to great rhythm and blues. Yeah! Well, it's too soon. That was too soon.
You what?
That was too soon.
We don't know the difference.
Well, if you stumble, it's like that. Yeah. That was good. Hi, come on in. Good, good, good. We did this every Tuesday. We totally invited.
Okay, thank you.
We did Tuesday and Friday at 7 and Sunday afternoon at 3.
Okay.
And it's like, we went for an hour and a half. Plagiarized.
I
It's
can
20
come
bucks.
and play. Okay.
You don't have to know anything. It's just on the downbeat. Everybody pretty much gets down.
How fun.
The only thing you have to learn is the big ending. You ready for the big ending? Here it comes. The last one. Oh, good.
You guys are very good.
Well, thank you.
You were in unison. You practice. Is this your first time? No. So I would mess
You
it up.
can hit a drum. No, you won't mess it up. That's why everybody gets on the downbeat. The downbeat is an
Okay.
anchoring note.
Okay.
It's a New Orleans adventure. It's not Africa.
Yeah.
And so it's rock and roll. It's jazz, rhythm and blues, it's soul music. You see, everybody on the downbeat pretty much can. Everybody pretty much can get on the downbeat.
Oh, I could get on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. And it's at the tempo where your body's moving, you want to dance, it starts to get funky. And those are the kind of grooves that we work,
Okay.
where the body moves. These are what we call drumming meditation workshops.
I love that.
Because we're not aggressive, we're laid back.
Yeah.
That's the secret. There's a flyer in the tent
Okay,
up
I'll
there by
take
the
one.
front
I'll
door.
bring all my roommates.
Yeah, yeah.
We need girl law students, so we're very stressed. So we need them. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Come on back.
Okay.
Then you already come to support.
Yeah. It goes like this all the time. Maybe 3 times a day. Different groups will come in. Like, let's see. Yeah, that was it. Like Sunday, we're back at 4 now. Yeah. She came up from, where'd they come from? San Juan Capistrano? San Clemente.
They've known each other 40 years and more. 2 of the 3 of them were friends in grade school. And 2 went to college together in San Juan.
Anyway, she had walked in here like months ago. Yeah, this woman that came in, and she said it's just been in her mind ever since. So she made a point of getting her girlfriends coming up here from San Clemente on a Sunday to do this. It was a big deal. She called ahead, made sure we went to beer. So sweet. So sweet.
Really old friends.
Yeah. So what do you want to happen? Let's make something happen.
Let's make something happen.
Just anything, something specific. Something small, doesn't have to be a big deal. Never mind.
Small.
got something in.
I was so happy I fit it in.
That's exactly. You can't get distracted. Not yet. One, two, good.
Have our house by September 2016.
So that's what we used to call making an earworm,
Earworm. There you go.
because it's a hook phrase, and once you hear it, you can't get rid of it. It's in your ear, and it's like that was how you made a hit song. You start with an earworm, or you end with an earworm. I mean, you can come up with a lyric idea or whatever. In this case,
The catchy.
the Red House on the Hill, But it just goes on. But then you get that lick in there. So you see what it's still going, right? Yeah. So that's actually like quantum physics, because you create that rhythm structure with that intention. The groove carries the intention, and that's what makes a hit song. That's what changes the world, stuff like that. You get the groove, and you get the phrasing, and everything, something everybody wants to sing along to, like, Give Peace a Chance or whatever. I like smoking lightning, head out on the highway, looking for adventure, whatever comes our way. Oh, darling, gonna make it happen, take the world in a loving embrace, fire all of our guns at once and explode into space like a true nature's child. We were born to be wild. We could fly so high, never backing off, but the whole chemistry shifts. And so it's real important for blood pressure, everything. So now I push it. Now you're behind me. So you see how that works, you know? And you can feel the difference. It's an energy. It's an energy shifting. So the zen of it is getting into that pocket where your fill, your improvisation at the end of the phrase doesn't speed up. Because generally drummers get excited and they speed up their hot lick at the end of that 8-bar phrase.
And it keeps climbing.
Yeah, and then it just climbs and climbs and climbs. So the drummer who possesses patience and is present can make this consistent energy flow very effective. It works. It won't work if you speed up. So this ability to work in the pocket, lay back in the pocket, not too much, just a hair, just a microsecond,
Makes all the difference.
makes all the difference in the world. And the system is very subtle and it's very sensitive. So now it starts dropping off. Now you start the tempo slowing down. So watch what happens when we bring it back up to where it was. Bring it back up. Right here. Right here. So you start to get the fine tuning of where it really is effective at this moment. It's always different. Yeah, this is where we work. So it's kind of energy. It's a different kind of voltage. It's a different kind of impedance. Yes, yeah. So that's Reiki, whatever you want to call it. And so martial arts are loving this because they can feel the difference. But like, it's the art form of American music, all music, but especially rhythm and blues. You get that rock and roll, that groove happening, and it just lights everybody up. And if it's off just a hair, it won't work. And of course, then everybody panics in the band. It's not happening. Whose fault is it? It's not my fault. It's always different. So the hit song, you may have to play it at a different tempo for that night. James Brown would do that all the time. He'd speed it up. He'd play like his hit song went twice as fast. Just to break it out of his mold. Because everybody get like complacent. See, now it's backing off again. Now, okay, now I'm going to back off right here. Okay, now now suddenly we're not in a panic. Yeah. And then lock in as soon as you find this current. You don't go any slower. Lock in. This is when you're doing a group. You're sensing what the current is going to be at that moment for the group. It's all based off the down. And they don't know the notes. They have no idea how to drum. But they're going to feel that and they play along. So this ability to back off and not go weak, stay strong. Because you're leading the group. Okay, and so you're here now. This is like a medium, third gear. You know, it's too slow for automatic. What do you call it? Yeah, when you turn your accelerator, you know.
RPMs?
No, it goes automatic when it just drives itself. What do they call it? Auto, what is it? Cruise control. Cruise control, yeah. Cruise control. What planet is this? So, what's that?
Too slow for cruise control.
Snooze control?
It's too slow.
Exactly. Yeah, it's too slow for cruise control. Thank you.
Well, you're drumming.
Yeah. So what happens? You got to get the words in there that drop the tempo. So then the next carrier wave, the slower groove, then is comfortable for the words, for your intentions. So what you want to avoid is trying to force the words, force your attention into a tempo that's not compatible with the words. Because it's the universe telling you what's going to work and what's not going to work. You know, and it's all like biofeedback. If it feels uncomfortable, the song is not going to work. Your intention, your lyric, your manifesto is not going to work. So you back it off. And most people don't know how to back off anymore, so they speed up. They try to like force it. It won't work. So as you back off, then the universe opens up and becomes more receptive. Because we open up and become more receptive, so the universe can do business with us. Just because we're not jamming it up. So when you work with a word, words are magic, especially with rhythm. Very magic. So when you do a phrase, with great respect and consideration, so how is this lyrical phrase going to make magic? What kind of magic is it making? You can't really always know, but you know great lyrics are magic. They do stuff. So it's like when you do your affirmations, you got to find the tempo where it's just really fluid and easy and graceful to sing. signature lick for the end of the 8-bar phrase, right? You know what that's going to be now, right? So you see how all these other currents and layers are happening all at the same time. But there's underneath, there's a part of you that's always counting. You're not really counting, it's feeling. What's going to be the feel for that 8-bar phrase, right? Okay, now that's the foundation, okay? On top of the foundation, you have the opportunity to solo over that lick. So everybody has to hold the lick solid while the soloist takes off. And the soloist cannot lose the beat. But you see how the solo fits over that lick. It makes it extremely dramatic. Yeah. It's orchestrated. So it adds power. You take the triplet. You do the triplet. Now. Yeah. Just sail right on through it. Okay, we'll all do the triplet. Now. a contrary thing. Now, you gotta stay relaxed with it. Stay relaxed with it. Now. Yeah. So two of us will do the triplet, and we'll do the original way. Now. Yeah.
Sounds good. It's right before. You get the cue right before. It's on the last possible beat. Here it comes. Huh! It's hard. It's hard to like to get it in the right spot. Huh! Yeah, that was right. Ah! I like that.
So you see then, the singer out front is singing a lyric and then also cueing the band with that hook. So there's a lot going on. Okay.
That
Very
was
good.
fun
Yeah.
and magical and powerful. Smiled a lot.
That's exciting. Because that's the key to like making magic with this.
That was excellent.
It's 9:10 already? Gee, we've been having too much fun. So, when you have the opportunity, which I'm sure you will, to do a large group where you're singing and chanting and drumming and doing all that, and you get everyone entrained, together on something like that, and it'll be spontaneous. You're just gonna it'll be extemporaneous. You just make it up, and it's like whatever's gonna happen, and the affirmation or the phrase or whatever is just going. Okay, we'll do this. The payoff is just the fact that everybody's doing it together, and there's this consciousness that becomes the community, and then everyone goes up together, and you lift the people who are not rhythmically sophisticated, whatever you want to say. It's like they've never done it before, they don't know. Everyone rises up, and then they start to respond to the rhythmic loop, the 8 bars, and before you know it, they got it. They got the phrase. And after a while, they're singing and they're in. So that inclusion is what's the big payoff for me, as a teacher and also a student of what this dynamic is, what this energy is, the shaman, the shaman drummer. What is this? So it's like, because we're doing something that's different than other shaman culture drumming thing. This is American mix, so it's got to have the elements of Las Vegas and rock and roll. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just us.
That's right.
It's just who we are. So it's like that's the way the world sees us.
It's in us. It's really in us.
Yeah. So those are incredible strong points. And there'll be other people who are purists and say, oh no, that's not sacred, that's not shaman drum. Yes, it is. It's ours. It's our magic. And the grooves have so much subtle, multi-layered energy, motivating energy. You get people to do stuff. Country Joe. Anyone remember Country Joe and the Fish? My friend Wes used to play bass with him. What?
Do you want to keep drumming?
Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah. Country Joe, right after the first protest against the war, and Columbia University in New York had really taken it to the wall, and they were riding with the police and tear gas, and Tom Hayden took over the president's office, and they were scared everybody to death. It was the 6 o'clock news, and so Country Joe and the Fish were just booked to appear and perform, and they didn't understand the details of all of this that had just transpired. It was the first face-off between students and the police in New York City. And it was a quite serious situation. And the students were pumped. They were just full of adrenaline and anger and resentment, and they were making their voices heard. And so Country Joe comes on, and they're doing Fixes to Die Rag, they're doing their songs, but the crowd is just screaming and cheering up against the wall, motherfucker. And they keep yelling it over and over again, up against the wall, motherfucker. And finally, Country Joe stops. He says, what are you guys yelling? Are you pissed at us? What? Why? Are we doing something wrong? And they said, no, this is what happened. We just had this big showdown with the police. And that's what we chanted for everybody to be united. And, we took it to the wall, and it's like, that was total commitment. Everybody here was, we had our football helmets on, we were up against tear gas and nightsticks, and that was our unifying phrase, up against the wall, motherfucker. And when the police heard these students yelling that at them, it scared them.
Sure.
They'd never had anything.
Well, they weren't backing down either.
No.
That was big.
No. And so it's like Country Joe's going, oh, okay, up against the wall, motherfucker, and everybody just went nuts. It just, boop, it just co-opted that and agreed, and it's like, yeah, we're all on this one together. And it's like, and that was the beginning of the first nationally organized anti-war, movement in America that became above ground. That was Berkeley hit and Columbia University. Those are the two places that it hit first, And it's like, and that was the phrase. And probably, cops hated to hear that phrase because they knew what it meant.
Wow.
And Country Joe's like, oh, okay. Up against the wall, motherfucker. It's like, yeah!
And the crowd was wild.
So the phrase, what you put out there has incredible power with rhythm. That's why I'm very careful about this.
Yeah, I get it.
Like who I teach too, because there's a lot of people that want to use it. Give me a recording of those grooves, I said, why do you want it? He says, I want to use them on my patients. No, I don't think so. Well, you're Hannibal Lecter, It's a thing, remind me of Hannibal Lecter, So that's kind of one reason that I felt that the Occupy movement
Mm-hmm.
was not,
They didn't have drumming.
wasn't, yeah. They had drums, like there was, I saw, videos, people send me stuff, like from New York and Boston, where there's a drum set and banging, but there was, this wasn't happening. If this had been happening, and they had somebody, had to come down and do this here, you guys don't have it together. When you're ready to do this, yeah, but you don't, you're not paying attention. You don't really know what you're doing. And it's like, because whoever gets this, oddly enough, who almost got it?
Who?
Tipper Gore.
Are you serious?
She's a drummer.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, she made a point of being seen playing conga drums. Back when he was, when Al was running.
This is against Bush.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
yeah.
I had no idea.
She got it. She knew what it was about.
Amazing.